New intro. So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also, you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you. Tyree Bell was 15 when he was arrested by Kansas City officers in 2016 and held for 3 weeks for a crime that he didn't commit. The $900,000 settlement to resolve Tyree Bell's federal lawsuit was approved by the Kansas City Department, but it still needs to be signed off by a federal judge. On June 8th, 2016, at the age of 15, Bell was walking home from a relative's home when he was stopped by police. According to Officer Peter and Jonathan were both responding to a call that three black males were playing on the corner with weapons. When the officer arrived, one of the males reportedly began running in the opposite direction. The patrolmen chased the suspect, but he eluded them. Just moments later, they saw Bell a mile away and stopped him. Bell was taller than the suspect, wearing his hair differently and entirely different clothes. However, he was still taken into custody and kept for 24 hours on investigative hold. The teenager was held for 3 weeks without being charged. He was only released after detectives watched patrol car video where it was apparent that the clothing and the appearance did not match the initial suspect. Quote, it was a part of a national disgrace that this was allowed to persist amongst white police for 40 years. Cross race identifications of black males by white officers are often wrong. And they are often wrong because too many police departments do not train their officers that all black people do not look alike and how to make an eyewitness identification that is not tainted by racial stereotypes. Tyree Bell was a victim of the Kansas City Police Department's failure to address this national outrage, and that was stated by his lawyer, Arthur Benson. Bell initially sued the individual officer, but the case was dismissed due to qualified immunity. A federal appeals court reinstated the suit on October of 2020, finding that both officers did not have probable cause to arrest Bell. A jury was unable to reach a unanimous verdict after the trial last year, and a mistrial was declared. The case was scheduled to go to trial again on Monday, February 28th, but the proceedings has been canceled due to a pending settlement. Quote, regarding the settlement of the lawsuit and the matter, the Board of Police Commissioners have agreed to a settlement amount of $900,000 made payable to Mr. Bell and his attorney, Arthur Benson, representing $458,000 for attorney's fees and the cost of $442,000 for compensatory damages. We are glad we reached a mutual resolution and we wish Mr. Bell and his family all the best. Yet again, this is another incident of all black men look just alike, just as the lawyer for Mr. Bell has stated. This is pretty much police all over America where they feel that once a suspect, always a suspect. If you see one black person do something, all black people obviously do the exact same things. You might not be able to catch them, but I'm pretty sure one of them is out there doing it. Right. And that's their whole belief. That's their whole pattern. And also because this is a, reflective majority boys club, right? Where all of them look the same, we can pretty much assume, we can give the assumption because of what we've been seeing on video for the last 10-15 years, that this is relatively 90+% of cops. This is what they think. This is how they perceive every single incident and or matter. If they saw Mr. Bell just walking down the street minus the incident that took place, he more than likely would have been stopped. He would have been profiled, right? They would have searched him. They would have asked him questions. Where are you coming from? Where are you going? Who do you know at that residency? Where exactly is your address? Where do you go to school? Who do you know in this neighborhood? Do you know a person by this name? You look suspicious. You look like somebody that we recognize. Your hair looks awfully familiar. Didn't we just arrest you just recently? Didn't we just have you in a precinct? I think I've seen you before on arrest records. I think I know what you're, it'll become that whole story. It'll become that boogeyman, right? That they always like to present. Because when it comes to the reflective majority, in order for them to always be counted on as the hero, there always has to be a villain. And you know who is America's villain? The black man. If you pretty much look at history, and if you look at every single ruling, if you look at the laws, you look at all of that historically, look at who it has been geared towards over time. Look who still perpetrates, right? Those same rules. Look who still locks up black men for the most frivolous things, like, oh, you had a little bit of marijuana, even though marijuana is pretty much legal in the United States. Black men are still getting locked up, even though pretty much marijuana is legal yet again in the United States. You still have black men locked up. Like I said before, pay attention. They'll do all the work to, try to vilify marijuana, right? In order to make sure to put some extra black bodies directly into the prison and into the jail system, right? In and out, making sure that they can't hold down a job and different things of that nature, right? All the while, go behind the scenes and they'll work up some paperwork and they'll make sure to add some high fines and some licensing fees and all these other things so that they'll make sure that they can get some money and they will make marijuana legal. This is why you see a whole bunch of businesses popping up directly out of the blue. And the greater majority of these businesses are not run by black men. We're still being locked up for this. You would think that the number one, right, the most wanted when it comes to this would be the ones that would be able to promote it. They will be the ones to sell it. They will be the ones to open up the businesses, seemingly because, right, we're getting locked up for it and we should technically, within that, know the most about it. But obviously, that's not the case. But all I'm saying is this. This is America. If you are raising a black son at this moment in time, you need to realistically teach him the reality of how America sees him as a melanated man, copper colored man, black man, African American man, carbonated man, whatever you want to sit up there and categorize yourself, you better make sure that your son understands how the world perceives him and how ever since he is basically born, ever since conception, he is automatically deemed as a threat, as a villain, and people will only see evil when it comes to him just solely off of the fact because he is a young black man in this white world. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I listed in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.